Hi, I'm Allan Arkush, and this is Trailers from Hell. The 60s. They seem to be an inexhaustible topic for filmmakers. So many social movements came to fruition in that storied decade. Baby boomers have mined it as source material because, as a period of constant change, it shaped their lives. Writer-director John Milius came of age during the birth of California surf culture, and his movie is both an ode to that lifestyle and a backdrop to the social and political forces that shaped the young men that he grew up with. It's about the rituals of male bonding in a tightly knit community. That sounds like a John Ford movie, and in many, many ways, this is the 60s generation working within that cinematic tradition. From 1978, the surf epic, Big Wednesday.
Big Wednesday, the day you face your own biggest challenge.
From the first images that appear on screen, John Milius announces that he is taking on some big themes. Using the ocean as a living, breathing character, he divides the movie into 4 acts, based on the great wave swells from 1962 to 74. These are the important chapters of our characters' lives, ending with the arrival of the biggest waves of all on Big Wednesday. The male bonding of the leads, Gary Busey, Jan Michael Vincent, and William Cott, is at the heart of Milius's labor of love that started out as a novel, which he put away in order to write the early drafts of Apocalypse Now. We follow these 3 boys from early adolescence through high school parties, surfing road trips, marriage, and one of the best draft board induction sequences ever to be put on film. The shadow of Vietnam hovers over the second half of the movie, as does the American myth of the local hero who peaks too early in life. The director's love of the Western, and especially John Ford, influences the overall arc of the story. There is a Liberty Valance feel to the passing of the surf community that is embodied in the character of Bear, a board builder whose surf shop was the center of it all but now is just a crumbling pier. This Obi-Wan Kenobi of the beach gives a wonderful speech on the eve of the big day.
It's gonna be like nothing anybody has ever seen. Are Jack and Leroy gonna be here tomorrow? Are they gonna be here?
I never got a hold of those guys, Bear. They're not coming tomorrow. There's nobody coming tomorrow. It isn't just us. There's nobody else left but us. There's nobody left to pass anything on to.
As our 3 friends reunite and march down the beach to face the biggest waves of their lives, the final showdown in the Wild Bunch comes to mind. The actors acquit themselves well out in the water, but when the big ones start rolling in, the surfing world champions take over and do the heavy stunt work. The footage of them riding these giants and being inside the curl is spectacular. The surfing press and community have embraced the movie, and although it was a big box office disappointment upon its release, it has achieved cult status. As a representation of the way things used to be, another Ford movie, How Green Was My Valley, comes to mind. Both have omniscient narrators telling you the story of their life and what has been lost through change. I don't want to oversell this movie because it's a bit stilted and inconsistent at times, but as an elegy to the 60s and youthful innocence, it succeeds mightily. The imagery is poetic, and the finale, for which the second unit waited 2 months to film the perfect 30-foot waves, is a classic of the genre.